God Almighty has stated in the Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qabaila lita'arafu inna akramakum indallahi athqakum inna allaha alimul khabir. This passage from the Quran is telling us that one of the reasons why God Almighty has created us and has chosen us to be in this world is for us to get out our comfort zone and embrace another human being. Let us come together and make this beautiful world a place where we can all engage in a shared conversations with one another to create a palace full of love, compassion, caring, and peace for all of us. Thank you.
Peace be upon you all. I was having a haircut in a Twin Cities hair salon. I walked in, sat down, and removed my head covering, placing it in my bag. As I started talking with my hairdresser, another hairdresser came back from the washing area with her client and settled in the station right across from us. Neither of them had seen me coming in wearing my head covering before starting their conversation. As I was flipping through a magazine, I heard the word Sharia law. I then overheard more of their conversation blasting Muslims and Islamic practices. I sank in my seat and listened. I was privileged to have access to a conversation that never happens in front of me. I reached out to my phone and texted my husband for advice. He replied back, "Do what you do best. After your haircut, though." So I did. As I walked towards the checkout, I asked my hairdresser to call her colleague over so I could talk to her. She did, then came back saying, "She cannot come and speak to you. She's with her client." I then asked if I could go over to her station and talk to her for a few minutes. The answer was the same. The other hairdresser is simply unavailable. By then, the assistant manager had noticed my attempt and asked me if I wanted to leave a message, and this is what I wrote. "Dear friend, I overheard the conversation with your client, talking about Sharia law and Islamic practices. As a Muslim woman, I want to know if you have a Muslim friend or an Islamic source where you get your information from. I believe we need to be more informed in our conversations, making them part of the solution and not part of the problem. I would like to be your new Muslim friend. I really hope you'll reach out to me to meet for a coffee or chat whenever you're free." I then left my name and phone number in the hopes that you would actually call, and I'm still waiting. I know there are a lot of people in Minnesota, and indeed throughout the US, having similar conversations. I knew the minute I landed here 10 years ago that I have some explaining to do, and I was happy to do it. All I hoped for was a listening ear. Integration, my friends, is a two-way process. Accepting and being accepted. Understanding and being understood. My fear as a mother for my daughter, having to go through similar experiences, keeps me awake at night as a mother. I'll engage at every opportunity, speak out and educate, so that when she grows up, she doesn't have to justify the religion she embraces, nor the clothing she chooses. I teach my American kids that America is a free country, but I do not tell them that Americans are not free of prejudice. Please know that you'll find a friend in every Muslim. My hope is that we will have the courage to reach out to one another with nothing but love. Thank you for listening.